Search Ebike right now. One tab, 3 vehicles. A $669 Amet fat tire. A Ridstar the CPSC told people to stop riding. And a Stark Varg, 80 horsepower, about $13,900. Same search, not the same product. Nothing on that page tells you which one you're legally allowed to ride, which one your landlord will let pass the front door, or which one has a battery anybody actually tested. Try this with cars. Search car. The page gives you a kick scooter, a used Civic, and a rally car on slicks. All one grid. All with stars and a Prime badge. Nobody buys off that page without asking questions first. That page is the e-bike market. Wattage and top speed are the two numbers every listing screams, and they're the two that decide the least. They're the horsepower sticker in the dealership window. Fun, not the reason you sign. 5 questions, in this order. They work on any bike, including the 3 in that tab. Number 1, find out what the thing legally is before anything else. In the United States, in most states, a legal e-bike means the motor is limited to 750 watts nominal. Then there are 3 classes. Class 1 is pedal assist to 20 miles per hour. Class 2 is throttle to 20 miles per hour. Class 3 is pedal assist to 28 miles per hour. That's it. That's the whole map. Class 1 and 2 go most places a bike goes. Class 3 gets pushed out of a lot of shared paths, which matters if your commute is a campus path or a park trail. Above that line, you're not on a bicycle anymore. You're on a vehicle, which means plates, insurance, a license, and a cop who is not interested in your listing screenshot. Here's the teaching tool. The Stark Varg EX is an electric motocross and enduro motorcycle, not an e-bike. 60 horsepower is about $12,900. 80 horsepower is about $13,900. About 264 pounds. Built by Stark Future. It is a serious machine, and it is in your e-bike search results because a search bar doesn't know the difference. Then there's the gray middle. The listings that say 3,000 watts, 40 miles per hour, off-road use only. Off-road use only is the seller telling you, in writing, that they know it isn't street legal. That sentence is not a feature. It's a liability shield with your name in the blank. So, which class is it? If the listing won't say, that's your answer. Number 2, the battery. This is the one that can burn your building down. The spec you want is UL 2849, not UL 2271, not UL certified cells, not meets UL standards. UL 2849 is a system certification. Battery, charger, and controller tested together as one electrical system, because that's how they fail. A good cell wired to a cheap controller is still a fire. The Amet EB26 is a useful example here because the brand claims UL 2849. Claims. Your job is to find the certification and confirm it, not to accept the bullet point. Why bother? Case study. And this is a case study, not a recommendation. The Ridstar Q20 and Q20 Pro. On March 19, 2026, the CPSC issued a unilateral public warning. Batteries and wires can ignite. Reports of fires, burn injuries, property damage. Then a second warning on June 25, 2026, for the Q20 and Q20 Lite, this time front-wheel detachment, with reports of concussions and broken bones. No accepted recall. The manufacturer was reported unresponsive to the CPSC. Sit with the word unilateral. That means the government put out the warning without the company agreeing to it. There's no recall to file for, no replacement program, no number to call. Do not buy a Q20. That's not the lesson. The lesson is that the listing looked completely normal. Stars, photos, spec table, free shipping. It sat in the grid next to everything else. You live in a building with other people in it. The charger runs overnight in a hallway or under a bed. That's the whole reason this question outranks range, price, and every color option. Number 3. Range. The number on the box is miles. That number is a suggestion written by someone who has never met a headwind, a hill, or a 200-pound rider in January. It's the window sticker mileage. Nobody has ever gotten the window sticker mileage. The number that actually matters is watt hours. Volts times amp hours. That's the size of the tank. Work the Amiet EB26. It runs a 1,000-watt class hub motor, 48-volt 15 amp hours, which is 720 watt hours, on 26 by 4 fat tires. Claimed 28 miles per hour. Claimed 20 to 30 miles on throttle, 30 to 65 on pedal assist. About 31 kilograms, 68 pounds. Street price roughly $669 to $799. 720. That's the number. Everything else is what the brand hopes 720 will do. Look at the spread they printed themselves. 20 miles to 65. Same battery, same bike. The low end is you, throttle down, in the cold, on fat tires, carrying a backpack. The high end is a light rider pedaling hard on flat pavement in perfect weather. Miles on the box are a marketing number. Watt hours are physics. Rough working rule for a heavy fat tire bike on throttle, figure 20 to 25 watt hours per mile. Do that math on 720 and you land near the bottom of their own claim, not the top. Then cut it again, because you will not let a battery hit zero on the way home. Round trip. Always price the round trip. Number 4. The part no listing photo shows. A typical consumer e-bike weighs 40 to 70 pounds. The Amiet is about 68. That's a normal weight for a fat tire, and it is a completely different object from the 30-pound bike you had in high school. Here's the thing. If you cannot carry it up your stairs, you do not own a bike. You own a piece of furniture that lives in the lobby where your building's rules say no bikes, and where it gets stolen in 6 weeks. Third floor walk-up. Awkward landing. Groceries in the other hand. Do that twice a day for a year, and the roommate question is real. Where does it park? Where does it charge? Somebody has to answer that before it arrives, or the bike ends up in the hallway, and the hallway is where the landlord notices it. Then brakes. The common Amiet listing runs mechanical disc brakes. Mechanical discs are fine on a light bike at bike speeds. Now put it together. 70 pounds, 28 miles an hour, wet pavement, a car turning right across the bike lane. That's a lot of mass moving at car lane speed on cables. Hydraulic discs cost more and grab harder with less hand force, which matters at the end of a long ride when your fingers are cooked. Weight and brakes travel together. Ask both or don't ask either. Number 5. Something will break. Who picks up? Most cheap e-bikes are factory direct. No dealer, no shop, no service bay. There is a website and an email address and a time zone 8 hours off yours. The warranty is a paragraph, and the paragraph usually covers parts, not labor, and definitely not shipping a 68-pound box back. 3 things to check before you click. 1. Is there a U.S. parts inventory? 2. What does a replacement battery cost and how long does it take to arrive? 3. Will any local bike shop touch it? That third one surprises people. Plenty of shops will not service a no-name hub motor or a proprietary battery because they can't get parts and they don't want the liability. On the battery, assume you'll need one in 3 or 4 years. Price it now. On a lot of these, the replacement pack costs a serious fraction of what you paid for the whole bike. And it ships from China. Contrast, and this is a contrast, not a product pick. Stark Future is a real company with a dealer network, a service structure, and people whose job is to answer the phone. That's what $13,900 buys that $669 does not. Not speed. Infrastructure. You're not choosing between those two. You're deciding how much of that infrastructure you can afford to go without. Go back to the tab. The question was never which of these three to buy. Two of them are here as evidence, and one of them isn't even a bicycle. The question is whether you can answer 5 things about any bike in that grid. What class it is, whether the battery system is certified, how many watt hours it holds, what it weighs and what stops it, and who picks up when it breaks. 5 answers, any listing, 10 minutes. If you can't answer them, you're not shopping, you're gambling.